How's it going, guys? Vaibhav here and welcome to a Samsung Galaxy S21 versus Galaxy S20 comparison. I don't have the devices with me, but I've checked out both. I've had the Galaxy S20 earlier last year where I made a series of reviews on the device. If you want to check those out, make sure you click the link down in the description. Whereas if you want to see coverage of the Galaxy S21, I did have a few hours with the device. You can check out that video using the card above. But let's make this video a short way of finding out whether or not upgrading to the Galaxy S21 makes sense or not. So in this video, I'm going to go over the factual reasons why you should and why you shouldn't upgrade to the Galaxy S21. Let's start off with the most non-rational reasons on why you should upgrade to the Galaxy S21, because I feel like those tend to outweigh the rational ones. So number one is the design. If you're a fan of the contour cut camera design, well, there's your reason to upgrade. I really like the baby pink version of the Galaxy S21, and that way, if you're wanting to upgrade, there's your reason to upgrade. Number two is sort of building on that. If you're someone who just wants the latest end product out of a certain company, the Galaxy S21 is later than the Galaxy S20. And if you're the type of person who just wants the latest and greatest every single time, another reason why you should upgrade, so long as you have the disposable income to do so. Number three, let's talk about the actual specifications of the phone. They both come with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, so no changes on that front. But with the Galaxy S20, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor. On the Galaxy S21, it bumps up to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor. This is going to bring CPU, GPU, as well as AI improvements, and I'm sure you're going to notice a difference when you do heavy hitting tasks. That's for the USA, but if you're not in the USA and deal with the Exynos 990 version of the Galaxy S20, that's an even bigger reason to look to upgrade, because the new processor, the new Exynos 2100 processor, is supposedly one of the best that Samsung's ever created. It definitely keeps on par with the Snapdragon 888 as far as what I've heard, and again, it brings CPU, GPU, and AI improvements. So even though both of these smartphones have a 4000 mAh battery inside, you still get better power efficiency on either of the Galaxy S21 devices, and that makes the third reason why you should look to upgrade to the Galaxy S21. And capping off all of these reasons, if you're in the USA, so once again tracking back to the USA, the actual trade-in policy in the USA is absolutely phenomenal. So if you're someone who has the Galaxy S20, for example, you can trade it in for $700 and you can get the Galaxy S21 for as low as $99, which is an absolute steal. You can't do that in Dubai, in the UAE, because the trade-in policy is very diminishing. The undervaluing that Samsung does here is absolutely crazy. So if you're in the USA and are looking to get the Galaxy S21, this is a major reason why you should, because you could pretty much turn in your old phone so long as you don't need it and get the new phone for as low as $100. So pretty much a win-win both for Samsung and for you. With the reasons on why you should upgrade to the Galaxy S21 more or less out of the way, let's talk a bit about why you shouldn't upgrade to the Galaxy S21. One of the biggest reasons is the actual build quality. The Galaxy S21 has Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, which is an upgrade, but the back is made of plastic or polycarbonate, glastic as Samsung likes to call it. The Galaxy S20 had Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on both the front and back. Now, the actual plastic is similar to the Galaxy S20 FE. It's not bad, it doesn't attract that many smudges, it doesn't attract that many scratches either, and it makes the overall phone feel a lot lighter, but definitely when you compare it to a glass back, it's not going to be as premium. And that is a big reason why people might not upgrade, especially if you're someone who uses a case. If you're the type of person who, let's say, doesn't use a case whatsoever, then that glass feeling in the hand is important. If you're someone who uses a case, doesn't really matter. Number two is more to do with the display of the Galaxy S21. The Galaxy S21 comes with a full HD plus 120Hz refresh rate display, dynamic AMOLED 2X panel. The Galaxy S20 had a Quad HD plus resolution panel. Although you couldn't use 120Hz at Quad HD plus, you had to downgrade to full HD plus to use that full sort of refresh rate. You get the same experience on the Galaxy S21 if you're using 120Hz. And I know for those people who just use a phone regularly, this isn't going to make a difference, especially at that 6.2 inch size. And Samsung is known to do some really good quality screens. But for those people who are pixel peeping, for those people who are bothered by this, it's gonna make a difference, and that sort of serves as a second reason on why you shouldn't really look to upgrade to the Galaxy S21. Then there's some debatable stuff that Samsung's done with the device, which I just don't think was warranted. Number one, they removed the microSD card slot on the Galaxy S21 series. This is present on the Galaxy S20. They did this with the Galaxy S6 and S7, I think a few years ago, and they sort of retracted and then came back. I don't know why they're doing it. They should just keep the microSD card where it is, because that's one of the unique selling points of the device, and I don't know why Samsung just sort of removed it. It doesn't really make sense. The other thing they did was take out the charger out of the box. Again, no reason to do that. They basically mocked Apple a few months ago for removing the charger out of their devices, and yet just a few months later, they're doing absolutely the same thing. So it's a bit of a shameful move on Samsung if you were to ask personally, but again, you kind of have to deal with it, or you don't have to deal with it if you don't upgrade to the Galaxy S21. And particularly for those people who are, let's say, in more developing countries, there's one omission on the Galaxy S21 series, which is the lack of MST, or magnetic secure transmission, as I can read right here. What that basically means is your phone acts as, let's say, the magnetic strip on your credit or debit card when you're making payments for a secure transmission. This was present on the Galaxy S20 series, but on the S21 series, you have to rely on NFC payments, which aren't available everywhere. So if you're in a country where, let's say, NFC isn't available or NFC payments aren't available, that's another reason why you should maybe hold off on upgrading to the Galaxy S21 or not at all upgrade to the Galaxy S21. And lastly, before I end this video, the cameras. The camera specifications on the Galaxy S20 and the Galaxy S21 are exactly the same. The only differences are going to come in software optimization. I know these differences might be major, they might be minor, we're not really sure. Even the sensors are pretty much the same. I asked Samsung about this and they're the same. And funnily enough, the optical lens on the Galaxy S21 is actually inferior to the Galaxy S20 FE, which just makes this whole ordeal a lot more confusing. I think you should stick to the Galaxy S20 if you've already got it, because it only comes with 3x hybrid zoom, whereas this thing came with 3x optical zoom. Yes, you can do 8K 24 FPS video on the Galaxy S20 and S21, but are people really going to use it? I don't really think so. And if you were to really hone in on the camera differences, the Galaxy S20 FE actually makes a very solid case for itself, just comparing the camera. So if you're the type of person who doesn't really care about the minor software improvements that come with the Galaxy S21, I'm sure some of them will come to the Galaxy S20 eventually with a software update. So things like, for example, Director's Cut, where you can use multiple lenses and see them all simultaneously filming. That might come to the Galaxy S20 series in due time. So it's not really a big reason why you should. And that's why I sort of brushed on the camera, because we don't really know what the camera is capable of offering. But as far as the actual specifications on paper go, they're absolutely identical. So those were my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy S21 and Galaxy S20. I feel like the upgrades that Samsung likes to call with the Galaxy S21 are more underwhelming. You don't get microSD expansion, you don't get a charger out of the box, the cameras are identical, the screen resolution bumps down, the design and the build quality also bumps down. The design is maybe one of the reasons why you should upgrade, but it's a very minor, non-tangible reason to upgrade. Yes, you can pay that extra $100 at the Samsung USA store and get the Galaxy S21 as long as you are fine to deal with all of the sacrifices. But let's say you're an Exynos 990 user and want to upgrade to a new phone. I don't really recommend upgrading to the Galaxy S21. Maybe save up for a few months and then upgrade to the Galaxy S21 Ultra if you don't mind that size. But I feel like just going from the Galaxy S20 to the S21 for the processor alone doesn't really justify the purchase. So yeah, that was it for this video. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe if you want to see more. This was Vaibhav, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.